Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance.
Angel Reese back up to her old bag of tricks on the basketball court, throwing the ball off the bottom of the backboard. And yet again, her fans have talked her into another one-sided.
It was supposed to be Angel Reese's big moment, a $10 million shoe deal with Reebok, a national broadcast, and a chance to prove the doubters wrong. But one layup, one shocking, viral moment turned it all upside down. Commentators laughed. Fans clipped it. And Reebok? They might already be wondering if they made the biggest endorsement mistake of the decade. It was supposed to be Angel Reese's big moment, a $10 million shoe deal with Reebok, a national broadcast, and a chance to prove the doubters wrong. But one layup, one shocking, viral moment turned it all upside down. Commentators laughed. Fans clipped it. And Reebok? They might already be wondering if they made the biggest endorsement mistake of the decade. But under the bright lights of a live WNBA broadcast, everything unraveled. Reese went up for a routine, uncontested layup and missed. Not just the basket, but the rim and backboard entirely. The commentators, seasoned professionals trained to keep composure, couldn't help themselves. You could hear the laughter slip through. One tried to cover it with a cough. The other paused, stunned. It wasn't just bad basketball. It was a brand nightmare. Layups are the foundation of any Bigs game. The league average for players her size? Around 70% at the rim. Angel Reese? Just 31.5%. That's worse than most high school guards under pressure. These aren't contested shots either. We're talking wide-open chances, point-blank looks, floaters with no defense in sight, and she's bricking them. Even worse, she's padding her stats by grabbing her own misses. It looks like hustle, but it's just recycling failure. This isn't a one-off blooper. Fans have been pointing out the same issues all season. Clumsy footwork, poor finishing, defensive lapses, and in crucial moments, she disappears. Chicago Sky's record with Reese on the floor? A dismal 7-21. Worse, the team's offensive efficiency actually improves when she's on the bench. For a $10 million brand ambassador, that's more than a cold streak, that's a crisis. Adding fuel to the fire is the Caitlin Clark effect. While Reese struggles, Clark is selling out arenas, boosting TV ratings, and posting elite numbers. Clark's partnership with Nike has been a marketing dream. Limited releases, sold-out merch, a WNBA rookie record for jersey sales. The contrast is glaring. For Reebok, the optics aren't just bad, they're catastrophic. They backed the wrong horse, and the internet knows it. After the viral layup miss, the backlash was instant. Twitter lit up. TikTok edits pulled the play apart frame by frame. Even neutral commentators couldn't avoid the story. The clip hit millions of views within hours. And Reebok's official account? Silent. No tweets. No damage control. For a company trying to reboot its basketball brand, silence is deafening. Endorsement deals are about image as much as performance. The risk is that now, Angel Reese's name is tied more to bloopers than to dominance. Shoe sales depend on credibility. And in the sneaker wars, perception is everything. Nike has Clark. Puma has Breanna Stewart. Adidas has Aya Wilson. Reebok needed Reese to win. But right now, it feels like they're already down 20 in the fourth quarter. Angel Reese has the talent, the size, and the platform to turn this around. But the clock is ticking. Every game, every highlight or lowlight shapes her brand's future. For Reebok, the question is simple. Was this a temporary slump or a $10 million mistake? The answer might decide the future of their basketball division. When a sports brand bets $10 million on a rising star, they expect dominance, not disaster. Reebok's high-stakes gamble on Angel Reese was supposed to signal their grand return to basketball glory. Instead, it's turning into one of the most embarrassing flops in WNBA history, and the internet is tearing it apart. Missed layups, blooper reel highlights, and a shoe deal that may crash before it even launches. This is the story of how Reebok's dream investment became their worst nightmare. This isn't just about one bad game. The problem is bigger, and it's becoming a pattern. Against New York, Reese missed 4 point-blank shots in 12 seconds a sequence so awkward, it went viral not once, but dozens of times. Fans call it comedy. Analysts call it concerning. And for Reebok, it's a marketing nightmare. Reebok had been out of the basketball spotlight for years. In late 2023, they made a bold move signing Angel Reese as the face of their next-generation brand, with a signature shoe slated for 2026. The reported value? Around $10 million in guaranteed money. At the time, the move made sense. Reese was fresh off an NCAA championship, a viral rivalry with Caitlin Clark, and a massive online following. Reebok wasn't just buying a player, they were buying a personality. But here's the problem in pro basketball: personality doesn't sell shoes anymore, performance does. And the numbers don't lie. The Chicago Sky are 7-21, falling out of playoff contention. When Reese is on the court, the offense slows, spacing disappears, and defenders sag off like it's 2002. Her stat lines? Heavy on rebounds, light on scoring efficiency. You know it's bad when the professionals, the ones paid to hype the game, start laughing. Last week, after an uncontested missed layup followed by a blocked putback, broadcasters actually chuckled on air, then scrambled to sound serious again. That wasn't just an oops. That was a "what are we even watching?" moment. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, Reese's unofficial rival, is setting rookie records, leading the Fever to sold-out arenas and making her teammates better every night. Clark is becoming the face of the WNBA. Reese? She's becoming the face of the blooper reel. And every viral clip widens the gap. Inside the Sky locker room, sources say frustration is building. When Reese sits, the offense flows better, more passes, more movement, more scoring. But when she's on the floor, the game bogs down. Chicago keeps running plays for her as if she's a proven star, but the results tell a different story. Reebok now faces a brutal decision. Do they stick to the plan and launch the 2026 Angel Reese signature shoe, risking a flop that could tank their basketball comeback? Or do they pivot, cut losses, and admit they bet on the wrong star? In today's sneaker game, a signature shoe isn't just a product, it's a statement about who you believe defines the sport. And right now, Reese isn't defining dominance, she's defining doubt. This is in the 90s, when trash talk alone sold sneakers. Today, performance rules, and right now, the biggest difference between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark is that one is selling out arenas and the other is selling punchlines. For Reebok, the clock is ticking. And if things don't change fast, this $10 million gamble might be remembered as the biggest brick in sneaker history. Angel Reese isn't new to controversy. From her viral "You Can't See Me" taunt at Caitlin Clark during the 2023 NCAA championship, to heated post-game comments about media bias to public spats with former players on social media, Reese has built a brand on defiance. That defiance drew massive attention in college. But in the WNBA, every rivalry, every post, every quote comes with a price, especially when the performance doesn't match the persona. The national media is split. ESPN panelists like Monica McNutt have defended Reese's confidence, arguing she brings personality to a league that needs more stars. But others, like certain local Chicago columnists, have questioned whether her flex-first mentality is hurting the team. The debate has spilled into talk shows, podcasts, and Twitter threads with thousands of replies, most not in Reese's favor. Reebok didn't just buy into a player, they bought into an audience. Reese has millions of followers, brand collaborations with fashion labels, and a reputation for viral moments. But social media hype cuts both ways. Every missed layup, every awkward possession, every broadcaster chuckle now lives online forever, and the algorithms don't forget. For sneaker brands, that kind of virality is dangerous because it turns your marketing asset into a meme factory. In the WNBA, every season brings stories that stretch far beyond the court, stories that collide with brand deals, media battles, and public opinion storms. At the end of 2023, Reebok made a decision that, on paper, looked like a high-risk, high-reward play in the world of sports marketing. But today, barely 2 years later, that gamble is quickly becoming a headache that won't go away. Angel Reese, the same player who, during her LSU college days, drew headlines not only for her basketball skills, but for her bold, unapologetic personality skyrocketed to viral fame in the 2023 NCAA championship when she hit Caitlin Clark with the now infamous "You Can't See Me" taunt. That single moment turned her into a global talking point overnight. The clip burned through social media timelines, racking up millions of views and triggering endless debate. Brands saw opportunity, fans saw entertainment, and Reebok, a company trying desperately to claw its way back into basketball relevance after years on the sidelines, saw a star they could build their comeback around. In December 2023, Reebok officially announced Angel Reese as the face of its next-gen brand push, with a signature shoe planned for a 2026 release. The reported value of the deal? Around $10 million in guaranteed money. At the time, the move felt like a marketing masterstroke. Reese had an NCAA title, a viral rivalry, and a massive online following. Reebok wasn't just buying a player, they were buying a cultural moment. The plan was simple: let her dominance on the court and swagger off it reignite the brand's basketball presence. But professional sports, especially in a league as competitive as the WNBA, operate under a brutal truth. Social media hype and flashy branding don't win games. From the start of the 2025 season, reality told a different story. The Chicago Sky built their system around Reese. They gave her plays, touches, and the kind of on-court freedom normally reserved for proven veterans. But when the ball went to Reese, the game slowed to a crawl. Floor spacing vanished. Offensive flow broke down. Her shooting efficiency cratered. And, most glaringly, her missed layups and unforced turnovers started making her the most featured player on blooper reels. The tipping point came in a game against New York, when Reese missed 4 point-blank shots in just 12 seconds a sequence, so awkward it went viral not once, but dozens of times. Fans made memes. TikTok creators layered it with comedic sound effects. Twitter/X turned it into a running joke. Analysts called it more than a bad play. They called it a blooper, the kind of moment so uncoordinated it crosses over into comedy. And the worst part for Reese? It wasn't a one-off. It was becoming a pattern. Meanwhile, something began to shift in the broadcast booths. Normally, professional commentators keep the energy up no matter the game, even in slow third quarters or during meaningless free throws. They find a way to hype the action. But with Reese, the tone changed. During one particularly brutal sequence, an uncontested missed layup, a fumbled rebound, a block from behind, and then an appeal to the referee for foul, the announcers actually chuckled on air before scrambling to sound serious again. It was a crack in the professional facade, and once that crack appears, brands notice. Because in modern sports media, every moment on the court directly affects the value of an athlete's brand. And for Reebok, who had staked their basketball comeback on Angel Reese, this was alarming. The player they'd signed for dominance and swagger was now dominating for all the wrong reasons: missed opportunities, viral mistakes, and a growing perception that she was more style than substance. The comparison to Caitlin Clark only made things worse. Clark, Reese's unofficial rival since that 2023 NCAA final, entered the WNBA in the same year, but her rookie campaign couldn't have been more different. Clark was breaking rookie records, leading the Indiana Fever to sold-out arenas, and making every teammate better with her court vision and shooting range. Her highlights were clutch threes, game-winning assists, and momentum-shifting plays. Reese's highlights? Mostly clips of missed layups, awkward post-ups, and animated arguments with referees. The media narrative started writing itself. Clark delivers. Reese talks. And while personality can still sell tickets in some sports, in the sneaker game, performance is king. Inside the Chicago Sky locker room, frustration was reportedly building. Multiple sources said the team played better when Reese was on the bench. Ball movement improved, spacing returned, and the offense flowed. Statistically, the Sky's offensive rating was higher without her. And yet, the coaching staff continued to run plays for her as if she were a cornerstone star. It wasn't just costing them games, it was creating tension behind the scenes. For a team already struggling at 7-21, every misstep mattered. For Reebok, the dilemma is now painfully clear. Do they move forward with the 2026 Angel Reese signature shoe and risk it becoming one of the biggest flops in sneaker history? Or do they quietly pivot, absorbing the financial hit, and rethinking their basketball strategy? The stakes are higher than they look. In the modern sneaker market, a signature shoe isn't just a product, it's a statement about who you believe represents the sport's future. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Sabrina Ionescu, all players whose shoes sell because they embody winning and excellence. Right now, every missed layup, every unnecessary flex, every viral clip of broadcasters' stifling laughter is chipping away at the image Reebok paid for. If nothing changes, this $10 million gamble could go down as one of sports marketing's biggest bricks, not just on